Hey y'all, bloodwolf here, and we are back with Major Minor, and I am going to continue on. Hopefully, excuse me, I'm going to try and try something new. I don't know how big my videos can be, how long they could be. I'm going to try and finish the entire chapter today, and see if I can put them all in one video. So I'll upload a big video where we could watch the entire video together. But if so, I'll do some more intros for each video clip just in case. If so, I'm gonna put a caption saying please forgive me for that part, because I'm still learning Sony Vegas Pro. I don't know how to cut out a part of video, so I hope y'all forgive me for that. But anyway, here we go. I was immediately shot back to my own reality, or at least the reality I was comfortable with. But now I know one thing for sure. That really happened. He thought that he would relieve some confusion of mine. All he did was replace it with a primal fear. I start to shake in fright. Are you coming? Killer stands before me, his luggage in tow. I notice that I am also standing up. Wasn't I just sitting down, though? It appears that my body has moved on its own. How is that possible? Did I say something wrong? Gosh, I need to watch my mouth. I tell him that he did nothing wrong. I let him know I was lost in my own train of thought. He seems to giggle as if it was a pun. I decided to take the credit for it. At least he waited for me, or I'd be clueless right now. That's the last thing I want to be. Scared, alone, confused in Tokyo? Ouch. I apologize for the delay as we exit the train. Hopefully the music is not loud that overdoes my voice. Earlier that day, in the courtrooms of Terra, a planet far from Earth, yet closer than was known to any. It is with joy and gratitude that I invite Lord Player to take the seat of the speaker. A man more fitting for the position of mayor and future king I've never met. I've served under him for several years now. I can safely say that his jump into office will bring Terra a new age of prosperity. Come now, Riley, you embarrass me. I would rather the merits I display on my own speak to the efficiency of my campaign. Allow me to speak about this age of prosperity on my own. This is something everyone gathered here today must hear. Forgive me, Lord Blair. I do not mean to bring you embarrassment for such a large group of people. I mean you no quarrel, Riley. Have a seat. I will call upon you if needed as we move forward. Yes, my lord. Allow me to ask all of you a question. You do not need to answer vocally. Perhaps ponder on it as food for thought. If I may paint an image in your minds. I'll be right back, y'all. Alright, I'm back, y'all, and I apologize. I skipped that. Please forgive me. I skipped that one sentence. I was just checking, make sure the music wasn't overloud me. Anyways, let's continue. You have a starving family and want to feed them more than anything. With all your hard work, you are only able to amass enough to feed half of your family. The rest are left to starve. Though before your family can eat, there is a raping at the door of your abode. Upon opening the door, it is someone new to Terra who fled the destruction of their world. They want a new life on our soil. They beg for your food, as they have starved almost to death. But if you give them a meal, your own family would suffer. Would you partake in charity at the expense of the health and possible lives of your family? Think about that for a moment. I believe most of you decided that you would not want to watch your family suffer just to keep a stranger fed. So then, why do you expect this of Terra? Why would a planet that is barely able to sustain its own citizens be forced to part way with its precious resources? This is one fatal mistake being made by those currently holding governance over Terra. The immortal king, Velasquez. You'd think that someone who has lived for over 1,000 years would have something I'd like to call common sense. A lacking trait in Terra as of late. Every immigrant that is accepted with open arms affects our reputation negatively. Excuse me, I'm sorry, y'all. I do not want Terra to be known as lax. The more we accept into our world, the more we condemn ourselves to acceptance through reputation and word of mouth alone. At this rate, Terra will run out of resources and all of citizens will die, regardless of their origin. A strict immigration law would help us keep things in check more efficiently. But we know this is impossible. And that is why a vote for player will end this problem permanently. A vote for player will help us achieve severance, a destruction of link between Terra and every other world. If elected, every moment of my existence would be dedicated to achieving freedom of Terra. Its right to live. Only then will we be free from harmful immigration. Only then will our resources truly be our own. That is all. Will there be any questions? I have a question for you, Lord Player. If you're accepting, of course. Please speak, my child. My name is Kalen. Do refrain from calling me child. Those that call themselves nobility and run for office have an overabundance of food. Why do you hoard it and say we run short? What? If everyone that called themselves nobility were to share with these immigrants, there would be no more issues. You are a single man. Yet inside reports dictate enough food goes through your house to feed 20 or more people. Inside reports? Wouldn't it be more fitting for rich to give to the poor, rather than expecting the poor to part with what they don't have? And why is your household in possession of such a large amount of food? The very same food you claim is running short. This is why Lord Velasquez and anyone sensible running for office has brought forth the idea of a tithe on the rich. I believe that your desire to separate Terra is not from a wish to keep it safe, but out of hate for foreigners. So my question is, what is the true reason you seek severance? And what gives you the right to say such things to your future king? Future king? Don't make me laugh. You're avoiding the question. Where is your proof? Accusations in the court of Terra are to be sustained with evidence, Kalen. I laugh at the notion that I'm hoarding enough food to feed 20 or more people. I, of all people, know the importance of giving and sharing with those in need. Really? Because your entire speech just now was about how you wouldn't want to share foreigners in need. All I've done is ask you the real reason you seek severance. The fact that you got so defensive is awfully suspicious. Your hatred speaks volumes, Lord Player. I seek sovereign so that Terra may be Terra. I seek sovereign so we do not have to share with any but our own inhabitants. I want Terra to thrive. At this rate, we simply won't be able to sustain our numbers for very long. Think about it. Even if you achieve severance, the world that you ruled over would still be full of immigrants and their descendants. How does this make you feel? Ugh. Simple. They would become residents of a new Terra. We would rebrand ourselves and unite as one self-sustaining world. And how come this is first we heard of this new Terra? I felt like that should have been included. I feel like that should have been included in your campaign. Typical politician. Making things up on the spot and turning the negatives into positives. I appreciate your effort. I ask again for your proof, child. Fine. Your servant Kabu reviewed all of this and provided a shipping manifest as evidence. It should be all we need. What? And we use the evidence to sustain his claims. Claims of overhearing off-world or hate speech in the night. He can handle it from here. I can confirm all that Kalen has said. Kabu! You traitor! What have I done to deserve this? At first I thought Player was my friend. I know I'm not from Terra, but he took me in and treated me like I was his son. But the more he spoke up against immigrants, the more I realized I was only being used. He wanted a cheap servant, and now recently he's been buying out all the food he can get. He's creating an artificial shortage to blame on immigrants. And he's using this as a cover for his hatred, and ammunition to support him during his campaign for mayor. The problem isn't those seeking shelter in Terra. It's the greed and hatred of the rich that we need to fix. A tithe, I think it's called a tithe on the upper class will be all we need to take care of all those less fortunate. A vote for Velasquez, continued Reed. You know you speak lies. Why are you doing this, Kabu? I would like to sell A1 the shipping manifest from Player's residence. It shows just how much he is keeping from you all. And keep in mind that Lord Player owns lands all over Terra. This cannot be the only instance of this theft. Forged! The evidence is forged by those against my campaign. Likely those in league with Velasquez. Guards, detain those two men. I will have a word with them in private. Riley, see to it that the audience realizes that this was a weak attempt to sabotage my campaign. Nothing more. He's just an asshole. I'm sorry, y'all, for cussing, but he is. He is. We noticed there aren't many people standing around. We were on there for so long the initial rush of people in transit already subsided. How long was I out? Well, I guess this is it, huh? I kind of pictured a grander entrance, but there's really nobody here. Oh well, I should have expected less. The less you expect, the less chance you have of getting disappointed, right? That was sure an odd way of looking at things. Of course, I'm sure no one would ever claim that killer was normal. Odd. Fits him very well. Like that sweater. Hey, pull out your phone. We should exchange numbers quickly, just in case. I'll make sure to keep you updated about the maid cafe situation. Oh yeah, thank you, bud. There's some really cool ones I know about. He pulls out his phone and waits my information. I'll pull the phone out of my pocket and do the same. It takes a few moments, but I enter his name and number into my contacts as he does the same as on his end. You got Killer's contact information. Thanks, man. It was nice to meet you. He slowly starts to scurry away. I guess most of our correspondence from now on would be over text message. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. At least I hope it would. Getting phone calls is weird in these days and age. I wonder where I'm supposed to go. Rook never told me a specific spot. He just said to meet him at the train station. I figured that he meant he'd be right here when I got off, but I don't see him. I quickly turn a corner and bump into a helpless woman. Hey, watch where you're going, will you? I step back and immediately apologize. I tell her I was just looking for my friend Rook. I explained that the fact I'm a foreigner and... Foreigner? Oh, so am I. But I am no concierge. You should probably tell your friend to meet you in the arterium. She points towards a large open area. I guess that's a good landmark. I thank her and start to walk towards the arterium. But before I get too far, I feel Paul grip my shoulder tightly. My body spasms in fear as what this could mean. Not that man again. Hey. Are you so lonely that you've taken up talking to yourself? That's weird. I'm extremely relieved. For a moment I thought it might have been that man again. But no, this must be Rook. What does he mean by talking to myself? Whatever. I'm glad you're here. The PA speakers mention possible delays. And that can't happen. We're on a strict schedule. S-T-R-I-C-T. He starts typing away on his tablet. Strict. Adjective. Acting in close conformity to requirements or principles. Ever heard of that ward before? Wow. And I thought Killer was a character. Although I guess I would be a little upset if he was boring. No one likes to stick in the mud. So, where's the other one? I was confused. I wasn't quite sure what he meant. I asked him for clarification. The other contest winner, I mean. You were supposed to be together. Wait, what? Insufferable. I dislike being lied to. I sincerely tell him I have no idea what he's talking about. I was only with Killa on the train. Wait. Someone shuffles towards us. Hey, you two. You were watching us? That's exceedingly creepy, man. So not only do we have someone who talks to themselves, but a stalker as well? I really don't get what he means. I wasn't watching you, I was just shy. And hold on a second, you're the other contest winner? The way he emphasizes "your" makes me unsure if I should take offense or not. Although now I'm extremely glad I didn't break my NDA. Rook would have found out for sure. I guess I should have expected it, to be honest. We were both on the same train, and we're both English speakers at that. Heh. Well, either way, I have to say I'm really glad it's you I'll be spending time with. I feel like we've got along on the train, even if it was only for a few minutes. And now we'll be able to go to a maid cafe for sure. Your business is my business now, and vice versa. How cool is that? Alright, y'all, I'm gonna end the video here. I'm gonna make a next one, but instead of trying to do the whole entire chapter, I'm gonna do just each save points like I always have been. Sorry I haven't uploaded a video for a week for this, but I was gonna upload one a few days ago, but the music wasn't good. But I hope y'all enjoyed it. Please rate and comment down below, and I will make another video and upload it as soon as I can. And I'll see you in the next video. Y'all have a good day.